It feels like someone is going to let the cat out of the bag when it comes to things that are done in secret, things that are done in the dark, because the cards that came out here are viral. Let me show them to you. We have viral, we have demonology, we have 50,000, and then we have obsessed, death spells, deviant schmexual thoughts about you, polyamorous love spells, and schmexual dreams. Now, when I was reading the cards, like not just reading them, but I closed my eyes and I allowed my third eye to just guide me, I was shown someone writing a letter, and they seemed so sick and tired of some sort of situation. They were like so done. And it feels very culty as well. Like there is a group of people that are doing something here. And it's pretty obvious something's about to be made public. Something's going to be made public, because what I heard in this person's mind when they were writing was, I am effing so done. I'm so tired of this. And as they were writing, I couldn't tell if they were crying or not, because it could be tears of anger. It doesn't have to be like tears of sadness. But they had enough, and they were writing it out rather than typing it, which is really interesting. So let's see what else wants to come through. Let's pop that one down as well. 50,000 and obsessed. And it does feel like they're obsessed with someone's healing here, because we have healing trauma, safe space, breaking karmic cycles, transmute stagnant energy, and loving thyself. Now, do you want me to go over here? Yes. Let's swap these over. Can I get a couple more, please? Your words hold a lot of power. Very high expectations. Someone feels like they feel like they're being compared to you. And what I saw was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, if you're too young to know about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it was like this real... I loved it. It was set in the 90s or maybe early 2000s, about a girl who was a chosen one, who was chosen to have a watcher whose name was Giles. And she was supposed to be the one that would get rid of all the vampires in the town, you know, get trained up and stuff. But what I saw specifically is when there's a glitch more or less in the Matrix, isn't there? And Buffy and Faith are both vampire slayers, and there's only supposed to be one. There's supposed to be one, not two. So something goes wrong, and I feel like someone here was being trained to be the opposite of you, though. Not to be a light worker, not to be a chosen one, not to be somebody who is there to spread light and help people to, you know, inspire people to find their own light within themselves. The opposite. The opposite, the opposite, the opposite. And I feel like whoever it is that was writing that letter is that person. I heard too many unalivings. Too many unalivings. Tell me more about this too many unalivings. Solar plexus chakra. Okay. Could be children. Could be too many children unalivings, because the solar plexus for me is always about the inner child. It is about, you know, the wounded and the wondrous, but it's about children. One more, please. Magical force field, reflecting and deflecting the negative elemental beings and fire. It feels like you are too powerfully protected by your own sovereign light and by the light of, oh, someone I heard Jesus, by the light of Jesus. For others, it will be elemental beings. It could be Mother Gaia herself. Take it as it resonates for your own story. But it does feel here that someone has to prove themselves, and it's shown to be too much. It's shown to be way too much. They aren't able to. My name is Bronwyn. This is Bronwyn's Cove Tarot 111. If you're new to my channel, welcome in. It's really nice to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, welcome back. It's good to have you here too. I'm going to be ringing this bell. This is just to cleanse the space around us. It can get loud though, so if you have any type of sound sensitivity, it's a really good idea to turn your listening device down in 3, 2, and in 1. Perfecto. Where would you like me to go on this side? Okay, let's see. Police here. Someone's trying to hide something from the police. Why are all my cards upside down again? It's strange they keep doing this. Okay. And I say that because in the last couple of readings that I was doing, I kept shuffling them like the wrong ways. So they'd end up like that. Anyway. Tell me about this virality, or yes, you know what I mean. What do we need to know about viral? Oh, on the floor. Let me grab that. One sec. Eep. It does seem like what goes viral is how somebody either in this, I went to say cult, but my mouth wanted to say coven. In this coven is getting kicked out. Why do I get that it's a masculine? And like, my understanding has always been that, you know, a male witch is just a male witch. You're only a warlock if you have been kicked out of an actual coven for not going by the rules. Either ways, it does feel like there's a warlock here then. Kick to the curb. Someone filmed this? Why is this important? Why is this important? Tell me about demonology. We need to know here. Don't want to hear it. Okay. Somebody here does not want to step up to the plate of being a demonologist or being like the reverse role of what you are. It does feel also that with this kick to the curb, rather than the warlock being kicked out or the witch being kicked out, I mean, it may be that it's the other way round. They've kicked this person out, caught, finding evidence, getting caught and cheating. But I feel like they were doing something else. This is not about, as much as you've got SCX on here, this is not so much about a romantic relationship as much as it is like a business deal. Like, this is like spiritual, trying to incite spiritual warfare. Finding evidence, getting caught and cheating. Okay, so whatever this group is, it does feel like a cult, a coven and a cult at the same time. They may be stealing money. Why is this giving me the pay a certain amount to come in and then tell me all your secrets? Okay, tell me about the 50,000, please. Why'd that come out? What do we need to know about it, please? And thank you. Oi. Way too many. Way too many. Knowing they effed up is upside down. It feels like someone has drank the Kool-Aid. Someone has drank the Kool-Aid and they are really invested in being part of this group. The higher-uppers, I heard. Tell me about obsessed. Oh, here we go. Game over. Okay, whoa. With an actual heart on here. Somebody could have had a heart attack, you know. Someone's heart may be giving up. And I'm seeing somebody laying in a hospital. You know that sound that you hear when the machine's going off? That boop, boop, boop. And I'm seeing like a tube in someone's mouth. Interesting, because that love spell, it wasn't just a love spell. They were doing something else to try and drain from your solar plexus. Hidden in time is what I heard. History and hidden in time. There is something about your inner child, your inner teen, or like your inner like preteen and times. Your energy then is what maybe they were trying to get. Tell me about solar plexus, please. What do we need to know about this? Thank you. Investigating also wanted to come out. And you've got love story here, once upon a time, and investigating. They were looking at things that bring you joy. Things that you love. I'm going to put this one down. Putting on a show. Tell me about magical force field, please, Spirit. Trash is in reverse. Throwing away, getting rid of, and tossing out. So you kept something. I think you surprised everybody here on how I heard your tenacity. But your strength, the strength of your solar plexus is wild. You're being seen as a wild card. They thought you were a sure thing. They may have thought that you were an easier target than you are. I'm not saying that they thought you were an easy target, because they know you're not, but they thought that it would be easier than what they've experienced. And this is why someone's writing a letter and being like, I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving. But I feel like they wouldn't care that much. They could try and train someone else. It's not that. It's something about money and the way that they're leaving. They may have recordings of this masculine here, because he's important in some way. He may be the cult leader. Oh, okay. It makes sense now. Because I was shown the inside of like a really massive church with like a big stage in it. And that's why. Because that's where this culty thing is coming from. They are talking about, like, you know, the word of God, while doing weird-ish like this and getting people to pay to be in the inner sanctum, to do these weird things. Forever young is what I heard as well. To stay young. Crazy. Do you want me to go on to this one? Okay, let's see. It feels like whoever it is that wants to leave, they may have stumbled onto this. They may have stumbled onto this. They may have had do you know what? There's something here about not knowing that they were being trained for what they were being trained for. Okay. Kind of like, once you're in, there's no way out. Once you join, you don't leave. And them being kind of like pulled in and not realizing what they were getting themselves involved in. Surveillance is coming out, and mind control. So there's a lot of surveillance within some sort of, it's a home of some sort, but I don't mean like a person's home. It's almost like a children's home. It's a big center. It's a big center. And they watch everybody. Why am I being shown this? There's evidence of what they did to you, is what I heard. There's recordings and CCTV of what they did to you. Female is coming out with boat. Okay, some sort of escape here. Boat, beach, and female. Tell me about kick to the curb, please. There is definitely some sort of information here that if it's leaked, if it gets out, it could ruin this entire organization. And I don't know what's going on here, but it does feel like an elder, like somebody who is older, or someone who is very knowledgeable in some sort of craft here, whether that is death spells or smexual spells, whatever. They're very apt in that field, and they may have been sending things to try and weaken your heart or do something to your heart, and it's ended up putting them in hospital. You have clean up here, female. Okay, there's a need for someone to cleanse their aura and to continuously cleanse their aura. We have healing in reverse. Why does it feel like everything is hanging on like a thread? Because it's all connected to whoever it is that's laying in that hospital bed. If that person passes away, or if that person doesn't make it, then something will break down. Something won't work anymore. We've got dating coming out here. Okay. There is something really creepy about that masculine. Really creepy about that masculine. So, oh, good Lord. Oh my God. It says serial unaliver. That's why it's creepy. You don't want to hear it, and demonology. So other people are not wanting to hear if anybody has tried to leave this culty place, I don't know where this is, but if anybody's tried to leave, people don't listen, because this person comes across as like such a stand-up guy, you know, like classic psychopath kind of energy. No, I'm not a therapist. I cannot diagnose anyone. I can just go by the energy that I'm feeling. And look what's coming out here. We've also got the devil. So we got some Satanists here. We may have some devil worshippers up in this place that's supposed to be like a house of God, taking money, bringing people in, but like sacrifices. They want your energy. They used to take children's energy, or they still take children's energy, but they're not taking it directly from children anymore. This is more to do with those who burn brighter than others and taking from their inner child, from their solar plexus. Okay. Wow. But this whole thing, it's like it's veiled and covered in some way. And I don't know, I just heard the word high priestess. The person who is laying in a hospital bed may be a high priestess to whatever demonic energy that they've been working with, that they've been worshipping, that they have been getting money and bringing more people into. And I'm seeing like a portal or an opening, almost like a black hole, pretend black hole, in the middle of this person's chest. This person who's laying in hospital. They're like the vessel or like some sort of channel between worlds, maybe, for this icky energy. Life insurance is upside down. They may have tried to off you. Someone here may have paid to have you, like, have a hit out on you, or someone in the collective. This didn't work though. You are too protected, baby. You are too protected. Oh my goodness. I heard the chosen one will shine. The chosen one will shine. And you have secret in reverse. There's the flipping. That's exactly what I saw. That's exactly what I saw, but bigger in the middle of this person's chest. And like it's figurative or it's etherical. It's not actually there. Unless they've had heart surgery. Maybe they had to have heart surgery. So the hole that they had before, where they're allowing this energy to come through, has literally physically come through. Crazy. You have secret in reverse. Game over. This person, when they pass away, it's like a shield comes down. Something that was covering this entire community is going to be removed. People are going to see them. They're going to smell it. They're going to feel it. I just heard someone shout, "Off with their heads." Tell me about investigating. Crime of passion. Okay. So people are going to find out about things that they've done in the past. What this group has done with people that may have gone missing. People in the community. Rotted. Cannot make that up. Cover up coming out. Oh my gosh. I feel like you are very cloaked. This is not just like you're protected, you're cloaked. If you have like a specific spell, if you are a witch, or a specific prayer, if you are into praying, or something very unique unto you when it comes to cloaking your energy, it's working. It is working. And if you haven't been doing that, this may be a nod towards you looking into something like that, you know, finding something that works for you, that helps you feel more covered, if that makes sense. Because while these people, because I do feel like they've got a veil over them, and it's more a veil to those who cannot psychically see, not to those who can't, because those who can't psychically see are nowhere near this community. They are no thank you, no thank you, except for the weird high priestess that's in I was gonna say prison, you know. Oh my gosh, that's in hospital right now. There's a need for you to cloak yourself. If you're not doing it, you need to. Okay. I do feel like this person is going to pass away. And it's because of all the weird spells and stuff they've been doing towards you. They're literally going to pass away. And when they do, everything's going to go viral. It's going to feel like utter chaos for someone here. It's going to feel like utter chaos. But it's just change. It's just transition. Vacation in reverse. There's going to be this is going to be like scandalous. Because I feel like whoever this masculine is could be a pastor, a preacher. There's some sort of spiritual authority figure with dating coming out here. There's some weird ish that's going to come out about this person. There's some weird stuff. Tell me about this, please, and thank you. We're viral. Oi. Family sorrows upside down. Don't tell me they're dating inside their family. I don't need to know about that. Honestly, let's move on. Tell me about demonology, please. Okay. Involvement with the law. So you may have law officials that are part of this, with serial unaliver there as well. Hot diggity. With demonology, I feel like they are doing things to like hide this person, to, it's like erase people's memories or have people look the other way or people just not notice. Because how can you be a serial unaliver and be working in a church or working in a place of worship and nobody knows? Nobody knows. Nobody's seeing this. It's because they're working with whatever that is. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. Okay, short journey. Very short. A very, very short journey with this money. I feel like something's traceable. Something's going to be traced very easily. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So this high priestess was just paid. They were paid a good amount and they were like the best at what they do. I heard the word Satanism as well. Crime of passion, please. Solar plexus chakra. We have here a distant friend is thinking of you, upside down. Someone is not happy. And romance is in the air is upside down as well. Okay, someone's heart is very protected, very protected. I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you the confirmation and clarity that you needed and that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you were to hit on the like, the subscribe and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content and when I post. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, kisses. I love you guys. Stay awesome. I will see you in the next one. Bye.